Greetings gastronauts, this is KeefCooks, I'm Keef, and it's nearly Burns night, so I'm going to make a haggis, except I'm not. I'm going to make a vegetarian haggis, which might be even more exciting. So I wasn't organised enough to get the bits together to make a proper meaty haggis, because you have to order some of the bits. The meat, or the offal, is a sheep's pluck, which is its heart, liver and lungs, and the thing to cook it in traditionally is a sheep's stomach, also known as a bung. So I haven't got either of those, but I think the vegetarian version will be interesting. So I was requested to do this last September by Robert Peters, and it was seconded by Passion Fruit. So this is for you, even though it's not really what you wanted. And also, yesterday, a serious salamander requested haggis with me doing it in a Glaswegian accent. I'm sorry, salamander. I canna do a Ouija accent. All right? See? Proved it. Anyway, it's going to be great. Let's do it. Right, ingredients for the haggis. I've got 50 grams of yellow split peas, which have been soaking for a couple of hours. I've got 50 grams of pearl barley. I've got a medium onion, a large carrot, and about 100 grams of mushrooms. I've also got 30 grams of butter, a teaspoon of allspice ground, and half a teaspoon of black pepper and half a teaspoon of white pepper. A couple of teaspoons of black treacle, teaspoon of yeast extract or Marmite or Vegemite, and half a litre of vegetable stock. So let's get cooking. Now, to get started, you want to boil the yellow split peas till they're really soft, and over on the back there I'm also boiling the barley until it's cooked but still has a bit of bite. Now, you will probably get some scum rising from the pulses, so just skim that off. And you want to peel and finely chop your onion and carrot and mushrooms as finely as you can. Right, I've been chopping away at those veg, and here's my barley. It's cooked but still has some bite, and that took about half an hour. The yellow split peas will probably take about another 15 minutes. I'm going to add some more water to that. And as traditionally, in most of my videos, I forgot something, and it's quite important. It's 100 grams of oats, because you can't have any kind of haggis if it doesn't have oats in it. Now, to get started, you want to boil the yellow split peas till they're really soft, and over on the back there I'm also boiling the barley until it's cooked but still has a bit of bite. Now, you will probably get some scum rising from the pulses, so just skim that off. And you want to peel and finely chop your onion and carrot and mushrooms as finely as you can. So I've got all my veggies nicely chopped up, and I've melted half the butter in this pan, and I'm just going to add the onions and saute those for a bit, just to soften them, not to brown them. So they've had 3 or 4 minutes, and now I'm going to add the carrots as well. I think I'll chuck a bit more butter in because they look kind of dry, lonely. Okay, now I'll just slam in the mushrooms and get those coated too. Just let that cook away for about 5 minutes. You'll probably get a lot of liquid comes out of the mushrooms. Actually, at this point you can add the allspice and the pepper. Get those flavours infused into the veggies. Yum yum. So I had a bit of a hard time getting these yellow split peas cooked, either because they're maybe old or I didn't soak them for long enough beforehand. Anyway, what we do now is throw the peas into the pan, and the oats, and we need to dissolve the yeast extract, Marmite, Vegemite, whatever, into the stock, the hot stock, and we'll pour that into the pan. And just stir that and cook that until it not exactly solidifies, but it needs to reduce down quite a lot and become quite thick. So most of the moisture here is gone, and I'm going to add the barley. And we need to add more butter, just because we're celebrating. And the black treacle, which I guess is probably like molasses. I don't know. You should know, you're an expert. I think this again is a texture thing. It's going to bind everything and give it a little bit of sort of chewiness. Just let that cook for a few more minutes. So I've got the oven preheating to 210 degrees Celsius for a fan oven. It's a bit more for a normal oven. And just let this cook down till it's pretty dry-ish. Right, so this is moderately dry. It looks like it'll stick together when it's been baked for 40 odd minutes. So I've got a sheet of foil coated with butter, and we'll just tip this out. Ooh, wow, there's a lot. And we'll try and wrap it in the foil. Oh, I should have mentioned, before you do this, you want to give it a taste and check for seasoning. As it happened, it was okay. It should be quite peppery. There should be a very pronounced pepper flavour going on there, which we had. And I'm going to need some more foil. Okay, so I'll pop that in a roasting tin, and I'll pop that in the oven and give it 20 minutes to start with. So it's had 20 odd minutes, and I'm just gonna burn myself. Oh, it smells fantastic. What I want to do is just basically unwrap it and let it finish off and try and get a kind of crust on it. So I'll put this back in the oven for another 20 odd minutes. Alrighty, here it is. I think it was a bit too moist when I put it in, and could have maybe done with longer, slower cooking, but that is pretty good. The barley in there really gives it a kind of meaty texture, and the flavours are not totally unlike haggis. It's delicious. Now, there's a lot of tradition surrounds the consumption of haggis on Burns night that involves pipers marching around and somebody reciting Rabbie Burns' Ode to a Haggis. Fair fire, honest, sonsy face, great chieftain of the pudding race. But I'm not going to do that, and I'm certainly not going to do anything involving this, which may or may not be a neep. Actually, it's a swede, but half the people in the country call it a turnip, and people around the world might call it a rutabaga, or even, what's the other thing? Can't remember. No. Being totally heretical, I'm just having mashed potatoes. Vegetarians' favourite vegetable last year, the haggis-ish, and actual sauce. Oh yeah. Oh, that is brilliant. I have to watch myself. I might become a vegetarian. That is great. And that's that. I hope you enjoyed it. Now please share it with all your buddies on social media, subscribe to KeefCooks if you haven't already done so, and join the conversation. Make comments, request recipes, generally engage in witty banter. Keep it civil or I will ban you. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.